Hello, operator. Can you please connect me with OTR Halloween Holidays? I don't want to miss this episode of the Baba Ghoulie Show.
Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by speak again the immortal tale, the Possessive Dead.
I know superstition dictates that it's bad luck for a young man to see his bride the evening before his wedding. However, Michael and I were two lonely people in a big, wintry city, and we were not at all addicted to belief in superstition. We had known each other since we were children, and I had loved Michael as long as that. He, on his part, claimed to have loved me even longer. It was the warm kind of love, the kind that grows on you and stays, believing and never wavering. Yes, Michael and I did see each other the day before we were to be married. In fact, we went shopping together. We entered one of the dusty little shops Michael loved so much. It was warm in there, musty, and sort of attic-like.
Ooh. Oh. Well, it's warm in here anyhow.
But what a funny little place. So much stuff. I never saw so many old things together in one place. And look. Look, Michael, the shopkeeper. He looks exactly like a gnome.
Baldest head I ever laid eyes on.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can I help you?
Oh, thank you. We're just looking around.
Anything in particular you'd like to find?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was looking for an odd piece, something unusual for a paperweight. A little curiosity of some sort.
Well, just look around, sir. Perhaps you'll find what you want.
Oh, thanks. Say, there. That looks like just the thing.
Oh, no, sir, no. I'm sure that wouldn't do.
Oh, why not? It's beautiful. That's the most beautifully modeled foot I've ever seen.
It's not heavy enough for a paperweight, sir. And besides, you wouldn't want to pay that much just for an ornament.
Well, it can't be too expensive, especially if it's not heavy. Bronze, isn't it?
No, not bronze.
Oh?
Oh, here, I'll take it off the table. It shouldn't be there anyway.
Oh, that's lovely. Must have been near some perfume, too. Smell that scent. Well, Michael, it seems almost real.
Perhaps you'd like one of these little plaster gods, sir. Something Chinese or Mexican. They're very nice.
Let me see the foot.
It's $50, sir.
$50? Well, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, Michael, perhaps the man doesn't want to sell it.
But I like it. I'll never pay $50 for it, though.
But that's the price, sir. Now, you see, you don't really want it. Perhaps one of these glass globes would do.
Let me see that foot.
Very well, if you insist. But don't drop it, sir. For heaven's sake, don't drop it.
Oh, why should I? Oh.
Michael, what happened?
You dropped it. You dropped the foot.
It...
What, Michael? What's wrong? Here, I'll pick it up.
No, don't, Eleanor. Don't touch it.
Michael! It moved in my hand.
It what?
Oh, it must have been our imaginations. It does feel almost alive, though, doesn't it?
No, Michael, I felt it, too. That foot moved in my hand as I picked it up.
I'll sell you that foot for $1, sir.
All right, it's a bargain.
No, Michael, please don't. Please, Michael.
First, though, tell me what this foot is made of.
That, sir, is the foot of the mummy of the Princess Hermonthis. It was stolen from her tomb 1,000 years ago.
And probably stolen from the museum 10 days ago. Very well, sir. Here's your $1.
Michael.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it, darling, to own a mummy's foot? A paperweight that moves under its own power. Come on, darling. Don't you feel a little sorry for poor Hermonthis? Losing a foot like that?
No, Michael, no. There's something horrible about that foot. Something we shouldn't have anything to do with. And he was so anxious to sell it to you after...
Come on, darling. Don't let your imagination run away with you. It couldn't really have moved. We just thought it did. You know, this will be a good story for Harry tonight over dinner. Where is it he's taking us? The Greystone?
I hardly felt the bitter cold outside as we walked away from the little shop. My only feeling was one of apprehension. I could still remember the horrible sensation I had as that little foot had squirmed in my hand. No matter how Michael might try to joke about it, I knew he was mystified, too. And I knew that some compulsion other than his own had made him take the mummy's foot. It wasn't until after we had deposited the thing safely on Michael's desk and were having dinner in a brightly lighted restaurant that I began to feel better. Our host, Harry, was to be Michael's best man the next day, and he was an old friend of both of us. As Michael told Harry the story, the horror of it seemed a little foolish, as such things will when you're in gay public places.
And the funny part of it was, Harry, that if it hadn't been for such a tiny foot, you might have sworn that it belonged to the shopkeeper himself. He looked enough like an Egyptian mummy to be one.
Well, I'm surprised that Ellen will let you buy it at all. It doesn't sound like a very pleasant thing to have around.
I couldn't talk him out of it, Harry. I believe he was enchanted.
Enchanted by an Egyptian and a mummy at that. Michael always was quite a Don Juan, or should I say quite an Antony. Hey, there's a little bit of something I'd wrap up and take home, mummy or not.
Oh, where, Harry?
See? He's interested already. You're right, Harry. I believe he is a Don Juan.
Say. Not bad.
Oh, where is she?
Right over there to my left. You can't see her very well, Eleanor, but she's really something. All dressed up in a long white dress and has on an emerald bracelet. And what eyes. Oh, my.
Yes, I can see her in that mirror over there. But look how she's watching Michael. Harry, I don't like it.
Don't worry, Eleanor. We'll get him to that altar tomorrow if we have to hog-tie him.
Well, she's... I feel as though I'd seen her before somewhere. In a dream. Somewhere. Something terrible. Something that makes me feel afraid of her.
Nightmare, no doubt.
You know, she must have passed right close to our table when she came in. I can smell her perfume.
Oh, you know it's hers.
Well, it smells sort of Egyptian, you know, and she looks Egyptian.
Egyptian? Michael, that perfume, it's the same.
Same as what, darling?
The same perfume I smelled on that mummy's foot this afternoon.
What an imagination.
Eleanor, darling, you look so serious. Don't be so afraid of silly things like this. There's nothing wrong, nothing at all.
But there is, Michael. I can feel something wrong in the very air.
What sort of thing?
I don't know, Michael. Something horrible. An awful premonition.
What can happen as long as we have each other, darling?
I don't know, Michael. Nothing really, I suppose. Nothing natural. But what if there were ghosts? The spirits of the dead around. Suppose for some reason they wanted one of us.
Eleanor, darling, don't get so worked up. Those aren't things to think about. Especially on the night before our wedding. Look, here we are in a brightly lighted restaurant, and you're talking about things that belong to dark houses and cobwebby attics. Things that can't touch us here.
You're talking as though you do believe those things exist, though.
Now, look here, you two. I'm sorry if I brought up a delicate subject when I mentioned that woman over there.
It isn't that at all, Harry. It's just that, well, Eleanor and I, after this afternoon, I guess we're both rather worked up.
Michael, I'm really frightened. That woman, she keeps watching us so strangely. What if...
Oh, my darling, let's forget about her. Let's forget about everything but ourselves for tonight. Just think, tomorrow we'll be married. It'll be the beginning of a new life. A life together. And the carrying on of an old one, too.
And never forget, dearest, if anything should happen, I'll always be there when you want me.
I love you, Eleanor.
Always, Michael. You'll never have to call for me. I'll be there.
I will, too, darling. Always. Nothing can ever come between us and tear us apart. Nothing. I swear it.
Can you be so sure?
Michael!
Didn't mean to startle you so much. It was just that I couldn't help noticing that you had noticed me.
Well, I'll be... Michael, you're a better Don Juan than I thought you were at that. It's the lady with the emerald bracelet.
Yes, it is Michael, as you call him, who attracts me here.
I beg your pardon.
You don't mind if I sit down, do you?
Well...
Yeah, that's better. You see, love is an especial study of mine. And this love that you think you have now, it's very interesting to me. Yes, very interesting.
Michael,
Sit still, darling. Don't leave now.
Hold my hand tight.
You've guessed right, you people. I am an Egyptian. And being an Egyptian, my looks are rather different, shall I say, from yours.
Nice difference, though, madam.
Mademoiselle, if you please. The women of my country have great beauty in the eyes of you Western men. Yes. So you two think yourselves in love.
Very much in love.
Well, who can say what love is, unless they've felt it through centuries?
I know what love is. It's growing together, being a part of the one you love. Why, Michael and I have grown up together, loved each other for years, 15 years at least.
15 years? Nothing. What if it had lasted 30 centuries?
That's ridiculous.
Is it? Well, my little one, we shall see. There is a love which has lasted that long. And almost it is consummated. Perhaps tonight.
Tonight?
Think of it, Michael.
Michael.
And this little love of yours, 15 years. It will be no more. But as I who have loved through 30 centuries, We cannot talk of that here, can we, Michael?
Well, why do you ask me that question?
Because it affects you. You more than anyone else. As for you, Eleanor, not you nor anyone else can interfere.
Michael, send her away.
No one can send me away. That would be like trying to send the very air out of this room.
Who are you?
I'm a woman of Egypt.
What is your name?
Name? What is a name except a tag for the living? My name is Hermonthus.
Hermonthus?
Just a name like any other. I'll leave you now. But I will see you again.
Hermonthus.
What's wrong with that?
That was the name of the princess. The mummy's who Michael bought.
It's a coincidence, Eleanor. It must be.
It seems as though there's a dreadful net stretched around us, coming closer and closer. Oh, Michael, ever since you saw that foot, you seem to have done everything you could to put yourself in his power. Why did you buy it? Why did you?
Power in a mummy's foot.
Look. She's waving back at us. She's waving as though she wants me to go away. And she's pointing at you. Michael, no one else seems to see her at all.
Forget about her, Eleanor. Forget her. She's crazy.
No. Look. Michael, Harry, look.
What?
Look how she's walking. She limps. Almost as though one of her feet was missing. Michael even tried to laugh at my noticing that horrible limp. But I could see that he was wondering, too. Perhaps something distant, something dimly remembered, had begun to come into his mind, and he was rejecting it forcibly. It was later, much later, when I was in bed, that I knew Michael was in danger. I wanted to get up, but I couldn't. I struggled and tried to force myself out of bed, but I couldn't move a muscle. Finally, after what seemed hours, it seemed as though I was in the deepest sleep. But everything about me was very clear. Perhaps I had got up after all, for it seemed all at once that I was in Michael's room, and she was there talking to him. His eyes were open, but he didn't seem afraid. He seemed almost hypnotized. I stayed invisible, back in the shadows.
Centuries ago, Michael, I took the life of the woman you loved so that you might be free to love me. I, the daughter of the Pharaoh, went on my knees to you then. But now the secrets of the universe are open to me, and it's you who must obey.
How did this happen to me? I don't understand.
The shopkeeper knew the legend, and he feared it. He didn't know why, but he knew that in whose hand the mummy's foot moved, to him must he sell it.
But how could you come back?
For murdering, I was condemned. Condemned to wander in eternity, scorned and barred from the regions of rest. But in the centuries that have passed, I've discovered the secret of returning. That if some token, some real part of myself were left among the living, I could return for it. I could come back.
And the token?
It had to carry with it some real essence, some true part of myself. And then, 1,000 years ago, that foot was stolen from me. I waited and waited. For I knew that sometime that would lead me to you.
But I'm not the same man. I'm not the man you loved. I'm here now, alive.
Do you think that I've watched the progression of lives through eternity with no purpose? No, Michael. You are the man, though you don't remember. You have the same life. You have only a different body. You have the same honest and beautiful soul you had then. It's your life, Michael. Your life and your soul. That's what I'll take with me. I couldn't hold you before, but I can take you now. Come, Michael. I do not need to touch you now, but it's better if you take my hand. We have a long journey to make.
Go away. No. Oh, if I could only move, if I could get up, if I could do something. What's holding me?
The journey's long, Michael, and we must hurry. If I must force you, I must.
Leave me alone. I won't come. I won't. I can move. I can move. Let me. I'm almost out of bed. I'm almost standing.
You've moved only a little with all your struggle, Michael. Here, I'll only touch you again and you'll be better.
No. Oh, I'm so dizzy. So weak.
You'll come now, won't you, Michael?
I can do nothing else. Yes, I'll come.
As Michael fell to the floor beside his bed, something caught my eye. A little shiny thing hung on a chain around his neck. It was a silver charm I'd given him, engraved with my name. But he loved it and wore it always. Seeing it there somehow gave me hope. I had no way to get it. I wanted to, for it might be the means of his return. But how could I? I didn't dare even show myself. Suddenly we seemed to be in great darkness, speeding through nothingness.
Where are we?
We're on our journey, Michael. We're passing through the absolute, the period between time and space. It's the only channel through which a spirit can return to the lands of the living in his own body.
It's horrible, horrible.
We've flown through the liquid parts, the parts that are without light, past the half-formed shapes of those already dead and those as yet unborn. See, we're here already.
Where? This is a lonely place. Cold hills and deserts all around us.
This is the place where my body was buried. Deep inside this mountain, Michael. See? We're inside. Deep down in the earth. Sealed in with a great stone. This is our home, Michael. Where we'll be through eternity.
Sealed in a tomb? No. Never. Let me out. Let me out.
Shouting will do you no good, Michael. Here is where no man ever comes, into these tombs. In the thousands of years we will be here, Michael. Your span of life will pass again, but we'll always be together.
I will get out.
Never, Michael. You've left nothing behind in the world of the living that is strong enough a part of you to take you back.
Eleanor is strong enough. She's a part of me.
Your love for Eleanor is strong, Michael, yes. But it's not enough. For love or hate can only take your spirit back to the land of the living. Your spirit alone without your body. And would a disembodied spirit be any comfort to Eleanor?
But Eleanor is a part of me.
No, Michael. For your body to return, you would have to have left a material possession behind. A material thing is needed to take back your material body. Some material thing that represents your love would be strong enough.
But I must have left something. Something.
The one thing that possesses all those requirements, Michael, is that charm you're wearing around your neck.
The charm? Yes, that's part of me and part of Eleanor, too. That will be strong enough.
But you see, Michael, that's here with us.
I'll throw it. I'll throw it into the darkness there at the far end of this place. Maybe it'll go back. Maybe it'll find its way back to her.
No, Michael, no. Nothing can find its way back. It must be taken.
But your foot, that's still there. We can go back through that. You left that behind.
I will go back, Michael. Alone. Yes, I'll make one more journey back, Michael. And then we'll be here together. Forever. Here. Here, to take the place of that which you have thrown away, take this ornament. It will remind you of me while I'm away.
No, Amanthis. Come back. I'm going with you. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
But Amanthis had gone. Already she had disappeared into the shadows. And Michael, still clutching a little green plaster ornament she'd given him, beat helplessly at the stone walls of his ancient prison tomb and shouted vainly for help. I kept watching the little silver charm he had thrown into the darkness, and still I struggled against nightmare forces to get it. And suddenly I knew I'd won. I could reach for it. I could feel it. I had it at last in my possession. After that, everything was blackness. A flash of light that was the morning sun brought me back to consciousness. My relief was tremendous. I felt that I'd thrown off a great weight when I found myself safely in bed. Oh, there was someone knocking on my door.
Miss Eleanor! Miss Eleanor!
Oh, yes? Who is it?
Mr. Bays, your superintendent. You asked me to call you. It's late already.
What? Who? Where am I?
Come now, it's past 10 and you must be up. It's your wedding day, you know.
My wedding day? All right, Mr. Bays, thank you.
Why, what is it? Is anything wrong?
It was there. There in my hand. I felt it first and was afraid to look at it. When I looked, it was. Yes, the silver charm.
What's happened, Miss Eleanor? Can I help?
Then it hadn't been a dream after all. Somehow, by some unaccountable mesmeric force, I must have left my bed and gone through all those horrible experiences. But they weren't real. They were things of another world. And Michael. What about Michael? I kept the charm in my hand as I dressed and ran out into the streets. As I ran through the crowds, I kept murmuring to myself, almost as though it was a prayer. Let him be there. Oh, please let him be there. Even as fast as I ran, someone caught up with me. A hand was placed on my arm and held me back.
Eleanor, what's the matter?
Let me go. Let me go. Don't try to stop me.
Eleanor, it's Harry.
Oh.
Don't you even know me?
Oh, Harry. Harry, thank heaven it's you. Come quickly. We flew across town in a taxi. I'd been too excited to think of that before. Everything was still too weird. At last, we were at Michael's. But when we reached his door, he didn't answer.
Hey, Michael.
He isn't there. Oh, Harry, he isn't there.
He isn't. He'll be back in a minute.
Open the door, Harry. Go in quickly. We may be too late.
Boy, he's really sound asleep. Look, he even fell out of bed and didn't wake up. Oh, he's all right. Just asleep.
I hope so. Michael. Michael. Oh, help me, Harry, help me. I brought him back this far, but we have to wake him up. We have to. If we don't now, he may never wake up again.
Come on, old man. Wake up. Hey.
Don't
hey,
shake him that way, Harry. Here, let me. Michael. Michael, my darling, come back. Come back. Let me put this in your hand so you'll know it's really here. This charm, Michael. Our charm. See? I brought it with me. Harry. The foot. Give me the foot. Is it still on the desk there?
Oh, it ought to be, unless it's walked off by
Oh,
itself.
don't say that, Harry.
On the desk, did you say? I don't see it here.
And she did get it. Oh, Michael. Michael, Michael.
Eleanor. Oh. Eleanor, it is you.
Michael, my darling, you've come back. We're safe. The foot's gone, but look, there in your hand.
It's...
a little green plaster ornament.
Then it wasn't a dream. But those things, how can such things be?
We'll never understand, Michael, never. How a force can be so powerful, so horrible. It's better not to understand.
But Eleanor, she can come back. Her body can come back. The ornament, that might be her power now.
Give it to me, Michael.
What are you going to do?
I'll crush it. I'll destroy it. I'll make powder of it. She'll never come back through this. It's the end of her passport to the land of the living.
Eleanor, what's that?
Look, there on the floor, the powder from that ornament. It's formed itself into the print of a tiny foot.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought you the story, The Possessive Dead. Bellkeeper, Toll the bell.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. The following is a PSA from Watchwaddle Productions. Now that autumn is here, be prepared for the day of mischievous pranks and disobedient escapades. That is, October 30th. Halloween Eve. Before the tricks and the treats, there's Mischief Night. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We now return you to the Baba Ghoulie Show on OTR Halloween Holidays.
And now, the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden. Down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris.
There doesn't seem...
Over there, next to the sarcophagus.
It's one of the workers.
He shouldn't be in here.
Something's happened to him.
Here, you. Get up. Get up here.
Just a minute.
What are you feeling his pulse for?
He's dead.
What?
He's dead.
And look, around his wrist. That's the snake bracelet the mummy wore.
There's a strange mark on his wrist, like the fang marks of a snake.
The Hall of Fantasy will present the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris in just a moment. And now for our story entitled The Golden Bracelet of Amoniris.
I had gone over to Egypt with Dr. Jason Freeman's archaeological group to discover, if possible, the tomb of the pharaoh Amouaten. Amouaten had been one of the greatest rulers of the Third Dynasty. Other parties before ours had covered every inch of ground in the Valley of Kings, only to meet with failure. Dr. Freeman believed the lost tomb was several miles away from the valley, and accordingly, our base of operations was set up some 20 miles north of the Valley of Kings. It was about midday, almost a month after we had begun excavating. What I wouldn't give to be in a nice, air-conditioned room in Cairo.
I should imagine you'd be enjoying every minute of this, Charles.
I can enjoy it and still be uncomfortable, Dr. Freeman.
Yes, I suppose so.
We don't seem to have had much luck so far.
We will. I'm sure of it.
One of the men is calling to us.
Perhaps he found something. Well, let's see. Yeah, all right. We're coming.
Where's Professor Porter?
There he is over there. He's coming too.
We find tomb.
What?
We find tomb. Look.
Here. Let me see.
Well?
He's right. And we're in luck. The seal is intact.
What is it? What's happened?
We were in luck when we started to dig here, Porter. We found the tomb.
And the seal on the door?
It's intact. That means grave robbers didn't break in. The tomb is just as it was left centuries ago.
Is it Amoaten's tomb?
We don't know yet. We won't know till we get inside. There's no marking out here by the door. Maybe the sand is covering it.
What are we going to do?
We'll clear this area by the doorway. Then we'll use dynamite to blast it down. Men back far enough?
There isn't anyone except us within 200 yards of that door.
Good. The wire's attached, Porter?
Yes.
Then set it off.
You've done it!
Yes, a good clean job, Porter.
When do we go in?
You've forgotten about the heat, eh, Charles? You're caught up in the excitement of discovery. Well, it's to be expected.
Yes, but when do we go in?
In about 2 hours. We'll give the air a chance to get in there and replace that which is present now. I don't want to take any chances of one of us being overcome by the stale oxygen in there.
Jason.
Yes, Porter?
It's strange, but I have the feeling that we shouldn't go inside that tomb.
Well,
I don't know. I must be reading too many murder stories in my spare time. Everything inside that tomb is dead. Of course, nothing can hurt us.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You've told the men to stay back at the camp.
Yes?
All right, then. Let's go. It's a good thing we waited. It still smells stale. Musty in here.
Seems strange that there was no inscription on the door outside the tomb.
Nor is there any in this passageway.
Burial chamber will let us know whose tomb this is. Shine your lights up ahead. I think we're coming to it.
Yes, we are. Now, we'll find out if we've discovered the tomb of Amoaten.
There's an inscription over there.
Shine your lights over there. See if you can make it out, Porter.
It's not the tomb of Amoaten, Jason. It's the tomb of Amoniris.
Amoniris?
Yeah.
The legendary queen of the Third Dynasty. It's truly a great discovery.
Then you're not disappointed.
Of course not, Charles. We've come across something the world thought was lost forever. Amoniris, the greatest of the queens of Egypt. Even in the most complete histories of Egypt, only vague references are made to her name. But we were sure she existed. And this will prove it.
Who was she?
Queen of Egypt, master of men, and one of the cruelest rulers of the ancient world. To disobey her slightest wish meant death to the one who incurred her wrath.
Let's see if we can open the sarcophagus. This burial chamber is magnificently preserved. I only hope that the mummy of Amoniris will be in the same condition.
There's an inscription on the side of the sarcophagus, Jason.
What does it say?
Let me see. Whomsoever violates the resting place of the queen and steals her wealth from her shall die the death she reserves for him.
Nice and friendly.
They went to a great deal of trouble to frighten the grave robbers away. Inscriptions like that one appealing to the superstitious natures of their people. They hoped it would save their tombs from being ransacked. For the ancient Egyptians believed that they needed their wealth and possessions after death.
Well, it certainly made me think for a minute.
Oh, there's nothing to it. Isn't it right, boy?
No, there's nothing to it.
Now then, let's see if we can't roll the top of this sarcophagus off. The three of us together. Right. All right. All together now. A little more. That does it.
Shall die the death.
Yes. There she is. Wrapped in mummy cloth. And her head covered by a gold mask. The mummy of Amoniris.
Whosoever violates my tomb shall die.
Listen.
What's the matter, boy?
Didn't you hear it?
Hear what?
The voice.
Oh, you're imagining things, Ford.
No, I'm not. I heard something, I tell you. A woman's voice saying, whomsoever violates my tomb shall die.
We'll return to the Hall of Fantasy in the tale of the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris in just a moment. Back now to the Hall of Fantasy in the tale of the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris.
Both Freeman and I stared at Dr. Porter in amazement. He had backed away from the sarcophagus and stood staring down at the still figure of Amoniris in horror. Then he looked apprehensively around the burial chamber as if searching for someone.
What's the matter with you, Porter?
I tell you, I heard something.
Well, I thought I heard something, too, like an animal howling.
And that's all?
Yeah, that's all.
Well, I heard the animal, too. I didn't hear any voice, Porter.
Maybe you imagined you heard it.
It's possible that I imagined it, but it was so real. As if she were standing right beside me.
Stop looking around the burial chamber. There's no one else in here.
Are you sure?
Of course we are.
You don't look at all well, Porter. Maybe you'd better go outside and get some air.
No, I'll stay here with you.
Then forget about what you thought you heard. Sound like a superstitious fool.
I'm sorry, but...
Forget it.
What do you want me to do?
We're going to unwrap the mummy. See what jewels and articles of value it has in its person. You've done this before, Porter. I think you should take charge of the job. That's it. That's the last of it.
What a remarkable state of preservation she's in.
Look, on her left wrist. That's a gold snake bracelet.
Yes, I noticed it before. Beautiful workmanship.
It looks almost as if it were alive.
But it's not. It's getting late. We better go back to camp now. We can catalog the contents of the burial chamber tomorrow.
It moved.
What moved?
The snake bracelet. It moved.
Nothing's moved, Porter, except your imagination. You don't stop it. I'm going to recommend that you be sent back to the States.
I'm sorry, Jason. I don't know what's the matter with me. I thought it moved.
You're not a superstitious man, Porter. Now, that's one of the reasons I wanted you with me in this expedition. But you're sounding like a frightened fool. Now, forget this nonsense once and for all. We'll go back to camp, eat, and then get a good night's sleep. I'm sure that's all you'll need to make you forget about your strange notions.
What time is it?
Almost 10:30.
We'd better turn in if we're going to get that good night's sleep you were talking about.
I don't feel like sleeping.
Oh, you will once you lie down. You'd better go to your tent, Porter.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Well, good night.
I'm worried about him, Charles.
Oh, he's just tired, Jason. He'll be all right in the morning.
Oh, I hope so. All this nonsense about a voice and saying you saw the snake bracelet move. You know, you'd think something was happening to his mind.
That jackal out there. I hope it finds something to eat and stops howling. Ever since we made camp here, at night it's been out there, as if it were waiting for something.
You get used to it after a while.
I heard that cry while we were in the tomb today.
I heard something myself, but it could have been the wind rushing through the passageways. You sound as if you're afraid.
Oh, I don't think I am.
That's what the ravings of an upset mind can do. If Porter isn't better in the morning, I will send him back.
Well, you know, while we were in there today, I could almost believe that he had heard something.
Now, don't tell me you're starting to believe it.
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like a scream.
That's what I think it was.
I heard a scream.
Yes.
So did we.
It came from the tomb.
Are you sure?
Yes. My tent is at least 100 yards closer to the tomb than you are. I heard it quite clearly.
Maybe we better take a look, eh? Get your flashlights. One of the workers might have gone in there and hurt himself. Let's see what's happened. Anyone in here? Shine your lights around.
Well, that doesn't seem...
Over there. Next to the sarcophagus.
It's one of the workers.
He shouldn't be in here.
Something's happened to him.
Here, you. Get up. Get out of here.
Just a minute.
Oh. What are you feeling his pulse for?
He's dead.
What?
He is dead. And look, around his wrist. That's the snake bracelet the mummy wore.
There's a strange mark on his wrist, like the fang marks of a snake.
Let me see. Those are fang marks.
What's wrong?
I felt it move.
What move?
The snake bracelet.
You're insane.
No, Jason. It did slip down his wrist a little.
And now, it's on the floor. Well, there's nothing to be afraid of, Porter. It's just a gold bracelet. An inanimate object that can harm no one.
In the days that followed, we cataloged all the contents of the tomb. It was an exceptionally rich store of treasures that had been buried there with the Queen. Many of the objects we left with the Egyptian Department of Antiquities. But we were allowed to bring the mummy of Queen Amoniris and a small part of the jewelry and other articles back to America with us. Among them was the snake bracelet. About a month after our return, Jason Freeman invited Dr. Porter and me over to his house one evening.
Gentlemen, my wife, Laura.
How do you do?
A pleasure, Mrs. Freeman.
Jason's spoken of you often.
And he's spoken of both of you often also. I feel as though I know you already.
I see you're wearing the gold bracelet we found in the tomb.
Yes, a gift from my husband. The other things he presented to the museum.
Did he tell you
Yes.
about...
Yes, he mentioned that it was found on the wrist of a dead man.
Porter seems to believe that, excuse me. Hello? Yes. This is Jason Freeman. What's that? Well, it's not possible. I see. Yes. Well, thanks for letting me know. Goodbye.
Who was it, dear?
Dr. Stevens. The curator of the museum.
Anything wrong, Jason?
Yes. He said the mummy of Amoniris is missing from its glass case. The case is completely shattered, but the mummy is gone.
Well, who would want to see
Stevens
it?
said the watchman told him he saw something walking across the grass outside the museum.
What do you mean?
He said it was the mummy he saw. You are listening to the tale of the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris on this week's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now, back to our story entitled The Golden Bracelet of Amoniris.
Jason Freeman had just received a telephone call from Stevens, the curator of the museum. From him, he learned that the glass case in which the mummy of Amoniris had been placed had been destroyed, and the mummy was gone.
Are you serious, Jason?
Quite serious, my dear. Stevens said the night watchman had seen the mummy walking.
That's absurd.
No, not necessarily. Since I've been back, I've tried to learn everything I could about Amoniris. The bracelet you're wearing, Mrs. Freeman, has a definite connection with her.
What are you talking about, Porter?
Well, look, Amoniris had that snake bracelet especially made for her. Once she came into possession of it, she built her whole life around it. She believed that if the bracelet was taken from her, it would result in her death. And so she guarded it jealously. But one night, as she lay sleeping, it was stolen from her wrist.
And?
She awoke to find it gone. She learned that one of the high priests had it in his possession. And so she went to him and demanded it. She went alone. When she walked into the trap the priests had laid, they killed her.
I know that story too, Porter. That's only one of the legends that surround Amoniris.
That's right, Jason, only one. But I'm not through telling you about her yet.
Oh, why don't you forget about her, Professor?
Because it may mean our deaths if I do.
I think your mind's going back on you, Porter.
I don't care what you think. I'm trying to help you, and I think you should listen.
And I think that you...
Oh, now, Jason, let him talk.
According to the legend surrounding her, it is said that if the bracelet is removed from her wrist, Amoniris will wake from her long sleep to recover the bracelet. And with her, she will bring death.
I know that story, too, Andrew. It's all Tommy, right?
I don't think it is, Jason. I think it's true.
Then I think you're as stupid as the story you're telling.
Jason.
I'm sorry, my dear.
The mummy is gone, Jason.
Well, someone could have taken it.
Not according to the night watchman.
And he could have been drinking.
He saw something, Jason. Something out on the lawn in front of the museum.
I'm going to take this thing off.
What's the matter with you? All of you. This is the 20th century, not the Dark Ages.
How far is the museum from here?
About half a mile.
And it shouldn't be too long.
What do you mean?
The mummy should be here soon.
Listen.
Dog. Only a dog.
I'm not so sure. It could be the cry of a jackal.
Oh.
I refuse to stay in here and listen to such stupid nonsense. I'm going out for a walk.
Jason, don't go out there.
I'm not going to stay here and listen to a lot of foolishness.
Jason!
Let him go.
Oh, I'm sorry that I made your husband angry, Mrs. Freeman. It's just that I believe that we never should have entered the tomb of Amoniris.
Andrew.
Yes?
Mrs. Freeman set the snake bracelet down on the coffee table. Now, no one has touched it since. Do you see what I see?
It's moved.
Oh, that's no dog out there.
What are we going to do?
I think that we should...
That's Jason.
We better see what happened.
He shouldn't have gone out there.
Let me in.
Open the door, Porter.
It's out there.
What's out there?
The mummy. I saw it.
Then the story is true.
I owe you an apology, Porter. I'm sorry.
What are we going to do?
It must be destroyed.
But how? That thing from the past is 5,000 years old and still lives.
It's getting closer to us.
We have to think of something.
It's trying to break down the door. Get back! Do you have a gun in the house?
No.
Any other weapon?
Nothing at all. Besides, what good would bullets do against it?
That door won't hold up much longer.
We have to think of something.
Fire.
What's that?
The way to destroy it. Fire. Jason, do you have any kerosene, any turpentine, anything flammable around the house?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I have some cleaning fluid in the kitchen.
Get it, and some old rags that we can soak with it.
I'll be right back.
Now, look, when it breaks in, it'll probably head first for the bracelet and then for us.
Yes.
Now, we'll soak the rags in the cleaning fluid, and when it gets close enough to us, we'll light them and throw them at the mummy. It's been kept dry through all these centuries. It should burn like a torch.
The next time, the door will break in.
We must be absolutely certain that the burning rags fall on the mummy.
What about the house?
What do you want to save? Your house or your life?
Here it is.
Good. Now, pour the cleaning fluid over these rags.
Here, I'll do it.
Make sure the rags are completely soaked with the fluid.
Don't worry, I will.
Oh!
It's there, steady in the doorway.
Seize the bracelet.
Remember, when it picks up the bracelet, we throw the burning rags at it.
That's all the cleaning fluid.
It's got the bracelet. All right, light the rags. Right.
All right, hurry.
It's starting for us.
All right, throw the rags. That's it. It's starting to burn.
But it hasn't stopped.
Back away! Back away!
Are you sure the fire's completely out?
Yes.
I was afraid that we'd never be able to stop it.
So was I.
Yes. But we did stop. And the mummy is destroyed.
Well, there's nothing left but ashes.
And the bracelet.
Yes, and the bracelet. Only the flames melted it down, so that it's lost all shape and form. That's all there is left of the Golden Bracelet of Amoniris. So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. When it's done, be sure to check out our channel over at Watchwaddle. Enjoy some tunes with a nice cold soda. Your radio is experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Presenting Lloyd Nolan and Claire Trevor in another adventure of Results Incorporated. With Old Man 1944 staggering feebly to a well-earned rest in the happy hunting grounds of past-on years, Johnny Strange, president of Result Incorporated, is busy in the modest office of the company trying to draw up an accounting of the year's activities. We find Johnny desperately struggling with the one job in his varied and exciting career which he has never been able to master.
Mrs. Smithington's pearl necklace. Recovered 25% of the it's on typewriter, never could spell.
Why, Johnny Strange thought that this minute.
Well, Terry, my sometime secretary. What's wrong? What are you talking?
Imagine a grown man beating up on a poor, defenseless typewriter. You ought to be ashamed.
Now, how about you? Weren't you supposed to be here by 10 o'clock this morning?
Let me remind you, I don't like working on Sundays.
Yeah, I second the motion, sugar. But the sooner we get this report finished, the sooner we start celebrating New Year.
Oh, good. Where are we going tonight?
Well...
let's have a lot of fun and excitement and make noise.
No, baby. My plans are different.
Oh, what are they?
Nice, quiet, homey evening. That's for us.
You mean a safe and sane New Year's?
Mm-hmm. Just you and I. A little secluded restaurant, a gypsy violin in the background, and then the bells ringing out the old year.
What have you been reading?
Oh, now, baby, we've been having so much running around, excitement, and noise during the year. This'll be different, you know?
It certainly will. Different than you planned.
No, don't get excited.
If you think for one moment...
Terry, wait a minute, will you?
A nice, quiet New Year. Sipping tea.
Well, we don't...
Listening to a soft violin. Oh, not for me.
Listen to reason, will you?
All year long I slave in this office, and now that...
Yeah, well...
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, look, in the doorway.
Oh, visitor. Yeah. Are you looking for something, mister?
Well, you see, I'm looking for the Office of Results Incorporated.
Oh, this is it, and this is Johnny Strange, its president.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we're not open for business today.
Oh, I see. Perhaps I'd better come back later.
No, come in. Don't let Johnny frighten you. He's really a soft, gentle soul at heart.
Oh, now, Terry, will you?
Well, see, I'm a bit worried and confused.
I see. Could we help?
Well, I do need help badly. I'm glad she hasn't followed me here.
She? Who, your wife?
Oh, no. I meant Queen SheShack.
Queen SheShack? Oh, now, look here.
Quiet, Johnny.
Huh?
About this queen, Mr.
Lanscome's my name.
Lanscome.
Woodford Lanscome.
Are you talking about a real queen, Mr. Lanscome?
Oh, yes. That's why I've come here. I want someone to sit up with her.
Sit up with a queen?
Yes.
Well, that's different. Where is she?
Oh, I'm afraid you don't understand.
Oh, sure, I get it. You want Queenie to visit all the bright spots and have a big New Year's. Hmm?
Oh, no, that isn't it at all.
Huh?
You see, Mr. Strange, Queen SheShack is dead.
Dead?
Oh, she's been dead for more than 3,000 years.
Holy mackerel.
But, Mr. Lanscome, you said something about sitting up with her.
Oh, I guess I forgot to explain. You see, Queen SheShack is a mummy.
Oh.
Oh, and you want us to sit up with her, sociable like, huh?
That's the idea.
Uh-huh. Well, Mr. Lanscome, why don't you just come back on April Fool's Day, huh? We won't be so busy.
Johnny,
then,
quiet. Sit down, Mr. Lanscome, and tell us all about it.
Oh, for the
thank you. I am a bit tired. It's quite a long walk from the museum.
Do you work there?
Oh, I've been night watchman at the museum for 24 years now.
Oh, and I suppose that's where the queen, hangs out, hmm?
Oh, she just arrived today, and that's the trouble. Ever since the new mummies started arriving several weeks ago, I've been falling asleep on my job.
And you think the new mummies have something to do with it?
Oh, yes. They put me to sleep so I won't worry about them when they leave the museum at night.
What? Are you trying to tell us that these mummies just get up and do the town?
Oh, they must. Several mornings when I woke up, I found the mummies with the lids of the sarcophagi open.
The sarcophagus? What?
The sarcophagus, Johnny. That's the casket they put the mummies in.
Well, maybe so, Sugar, but I've had enough lessons for today. 3,000-year-old mummies strolling down Broadway singing a trolley song in Egyptian. Anytime
I was afraid you wouldn't help me. Well, I'm sorry I've bothered you. I'll just go along.
No, don't go, Mr. Lanscome. What is it you want Results Incorporated to do?
Well, I'd pay you for your service.
Of course, we understand.
I just thought that if you could stay at the museum with me tonight.
You mean to watch Queen SheShack so she won't run away?
Oh, no. She'll come back like all the others did.
No, Terry, he wants us for a pinochle game.
I'm afraid that when the Queen puts me to sleep tonight, I might not wake in time in the morning, and Mr. Adams would find me sleeping.
Well, who's this Adams guy?
Oh, he's the day attendant, and a very nice gentleman.
But still, you might lose your job. Asleep like that.
Oh, yes. And my job means so much to me. You see, in one more year, I'll get a pension.
Well, this is by far the screwiest setup that ever walked into this office.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry. I had hoped you'd understand.
Oh, don't you worry, Mr. Lanscome. We're going to help you.
Oh, now, Terry, don't start making
Johnny and I will
promises
be at the museum tonight to pay our respects to Queen SheShack.
Do you realize what you're saying? This is the 31st of December, remember?
And weren't you the one who wanted a quiet, homey New Year's Eve?
Of course, but this
and
isn't...
what could be quieter than an evening with a respectable mummy, 3,000 years old? Oh, Johnny, I think this museum is beautiful, but checking up on that nice old man like this, well, it's a dirty trick.
Look, in our business, we can't afford to trust anybody.
Well, what are we going to do? Just walk around the place?
With that hat you've got on, you better keep on walking, or somebody will put you in one of those glass cases.
Mr. Strange, another hat insult out of you, and I'll resign.
Oh, now, Sugar, you couldn't ever do that. Why, what would the company do for results?
Well, and you better be good.
All right. That'll be one of my first New Year's resolutions. Be good to my dear secretary, Teresa Travis.
You know, sometimes you're cute, you old sourpuss.
Hey, Terry, hold on. See that fellow there?
Mm-hmm.
He looks sort of important. Let's talk to him.
All right.
Oh, hello. You in charge of this museum?
Well, not exactly.
I'm Mr. Adams, the day attendant.
Oh, Adams. I'm Johnny Strange, and this is Miss Teresa Travis.
How do you do?
Say, does a man named Lanscombe work here?
Yes. He's the night watchman.
You see, Johnny, just like I told you.
Is anything the matter?
Well, this old fellow wants to hire us for a job.
What sort of a job?
He said something about the mummies in the museum putting him to sleep and then walking around. It was all pretty zany. You know?
Lanscombe told you that?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't take him too seriously. He's pretty old, you know.
Yeah, I figured that. Well, it's just like I told you, Terry. Come on, let's forget about the whole thing.
Oh, no, we won't, Johnny. That old man is in trouble. I just know he is.
Really? Well, it's none of my business. But I'm afraid that Lanscombe is just a little mentally unbalanced.
Why, sure, Terry. Mummies only walk around in horror pictures.
Well, there must be something behind what he told us. He was such a nice old man.
Right, so he was nice, so what?
So I think we ought to help him out, even if it's just to humor him.
All right, we'll see about it. But first, let's get back to the office and finish that report, huh? Come on.
You and your report.
And goodbye, Mr. Adams. Thanks for the information.
Yes. Goodbye. Eddie.
What's the matter?
You see that couple heading for the door?
The guy and the blonde?
Yes, I want you to follow them.
Sure, but what's up?
And it seems Lanscombe did some talking. Those two have got some ideas about helping him.
Say, that doesn't sound so good, Chief.
Go to work on them, Eddie. Maybe you can sort of change their ideas.
Johnny, I don't care what that Mr. Adams said. I'm sure Lanscombe was telling us the truth.
Oh, your intuition again. Hmm?
My intuition is always right.
Well, maybe so, but it gets us into nothing but trouble. As far as I'm concerned, that guy Lanscombe is mummy happy.
I suppose you're telling me you're not going back to the museum tonight.
Not a chance, baby.
Oh, dear.
Lanscombe will have to entertain Queen SheShack all by himself.
You're just plain stubborn.
And you're just plain sentimental. For God's sake, any guy with a gray beard and a sad story starts those big, beautiful eyes of yours to weeping
Well,
all over the
Mr. Tough Guy, if that's the way you feel about it, big, beautiful eyes, is going to the museum by herself.
Oh, no. No, you don't. Remember, you're just the vice president of this outfit. I still give the order.
Maybe you do. Every day but Sunday.
Now, Terry, we're not going to sit out New Year's Eve in an overstuffed mausoleum. That's the silliest idea I ever had.
Johnny, look out for that car.
Hey, what's he trying to do?
Johnny, watch out. He's crowding you.
Hey, what's the idea? Move over, will you? Hey.
Oh, he threw something through our window. Oh, Johnny, watch out.
Hey.
The pole. Oh, Johnny, are you all right?
Yeah, I stopped in time. It was close.
Yes. Wonder why he pushed us into the curb.
I don't know, but someday I'll find out. And hey, that thing he threw at us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Here it is, Johnny.
Yeah, that's nothing but a piece of iron.
Look, here's a note attached to it.
No, what does it say?
Hold your seat, Johnny. This is right to the point. Keep away from the museum unless you want a little tomb for yourself.
Wow. Sort of a quaint little New Year's card, isn't it?
Yes. Do you think it's a gag?
Well, if it is, I'm not laughing. No, sugar, I'm afraid somebody's playing tag and we're it.
Well, I don't get it. What does it mean?
It means that we visit the museum tonight to ask Queen SheShack a few questions.
Back to Johnny Strange and Terry Travis in just a moment. But first, a message from your government. 10,000 nurses are needed at once by our Army. The need is great, the responsibility is greater. And every nurse now in civilian practice should consider it her immediate obligation to apply to the War Manpower Commission for reclassification to military service. In addition to the knowledge that she's doing her duty, just like the fighting man, the Army nurse has these advantages. Upon acceptance by the Army Nurse Corps, a nurse becomes an officer with the rank of second lieutenant and full opportunity for further promotion. She's also eligible for such veterans' benefits as mustering out pay, loans, and so forth. 10,000 more Army nurses are needed at once. Every nurse who hears this announcement should immediately plan to contact the Surgeon General, U.S. Army, or her local Red Cross chapter for full information as to how she may be reclassified for military service. Do it today. And now back to Results Incorporated, starring Claire Trevor and Lloyd Nolan. As we start the second act, it's later that evening. Johnny and Terry are approaching the museum to keep a rendezvous with the strange Mr. Lanscombe and a 3,000-year-old mummy, Queen SheShack. It's very dark, and the large building looms up like a threatening shadow.
Hey, this place is certainly gloomy at night.
Well, if you want to wait a while, I'll order up a bigger moon.
That'd help. Johnny, I wonder what gave Lanscombe the idea the new mummies walk around.
Well, in just a few minutes, he'll tell us all about it.
Oh, there's the side entrance.
Yeah. Terry, look at this sign on the door. Visiting hours, 9 to 5.
That's not a bad idea. Coming back when there are other visitors.
Baby, we're here and we're going in.
Oh.
Lanscombe. Oh, Mr. Lanscombe.
Try again.
Okay. Lanscombe. Lanscombe.
He doesn't answer.
You yell loud enough to wake up the dead.
Oh, that's not very funny at a museum.
Well, I'll knock on the door. Hey, the door's swinging in.
He must have left it open for us.
That's nice of him, wasn't it?
Mm.
Come on, let's go in.
Oh, it's awfully dark in there.
And Johnny Strange was smart enough to bring a flashlight. Yeah, that better?
Well, it doesn't throw much light.
Well, come on, stay close to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Mr. Lanscombe. Lanscombe, we're here. He must be busy night watching.
Johnny, I think I'm getting scared.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
All those big shadowy things.
Well, they're just the exhibits, that's all. You know, mummies and stuff.
I can't understand why Lanscombe isn't here.
Right.
Johnny.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's just a sarcophagus. I bumped into it.
Boy, it's a beauty. Look at all the fancy decorations on it, eh?
There's a sign. Let's see. Queen SheShack, 1500 B.C., from the pyramid of King Cheops.
Queen SheShack. Well, that's the baby that Lanscombe was telling us about.
Yeah.
The new mummy, you know?
Just think, Johnny. She's been in that coffin all those years.
Yeah. Well, come on. Let's find Lanscombe.
I'll try calling him,
Go ahead.
Mr. Lanscombe! Mr. Lanscombe!
The nerve of that guy asking us to come out here. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
There on the floor. It's Lanscombe.
Oh, Johnny, is he dead?
I'll take a look. No. He's breathing heavy.
You think the mummies put him to sleep?
Maybe not. Here, look at this.
Well, it's only a thermos bottle with coffee.
Yes, but this coffee was sweetened with something besides sugar.
Oh, that must be it, Johnny. He's been drugged.
That's right. I guess the old man wasn't having hallucinations after all.
Can't we do something for him?
Well, I'll carry him outside in the air, and then we... Hey. Terry? Didn't you hear something?
I heard a noise, like a door being opened.
Must be another door at the back. Somebody's coming in.
Who could it be?
Now, quick, baby, come on.
What are you going to do?
Here's that sarcophagus. Just a minute. Yeah, the front of it opens up.
Oh, that's Queen SheShack.
Quick, Terry, get in. Go on.
Johnny, inside with her?
There's nothing else to do. You'll be safe in there. Hurry up. They're coming. Come on.
What about you?
Oh, duck out of sight. Now, come on.
Here. This is it, Eddie. The old Queen SheShack herself, fresh from Egypt.
That's a pretty case she's got, Chief. She must have been a big shot.
All right. This time it's better we take the sarcophagus as well.
Oh, boy, the old gal's heavy.
Naturally. This is the big sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Now, let's go.
Okay. You can just put the queen down. She's tired of traveling.
Hey!
Never mind. Just start walking this way without the mummy.
Why, sure. We're putting it down. Eddie, sneak behind him. It's dark.
Okay.
Come on, get moving.
We're coming. Now, what's the big idea?
Well, we'll all just walk toward the dead. Hey, what?
Give it to him, Eddie.
Just like this, Chief.
Ah, nice work, Eddie.
I hit him pretty hard with the stun.
Okay. It'll keep all the better. Come on, let's take the Queen home. We've got business with her. A little slower on the curves, Eddie. You don't want to shake up the Queen.
Okay, slow it does it.
I was surprised to see that Johnny Strange at the museum. I guess he didn't take our warning very seriously.
Some guys never can keep their nose out of trouble.
I wonder how much he found out before we got there.
What's the difference? He's sleeping sound now, along with the old man.
We'll have to get back there as quick as possible and make some new arrangements.
Sure, but first we see what the Queen's got for us.
That should be a profitable pleasure. There's the house.
Yeah, sweet little hideout. Should I go around the back?
Yes. Drive right up to the shop. Now, Eddie, open the back doors and shove the mummy case out to me.
Right. Here she comes, Chief.
All right. I've got one end. Now you grab the other end of the mummy case and in the shop. Oh. Tremendously happy. Right here now. On the bench.
Let her down.
Oh, dear. Well, that's a job.
Chief, something's banging inside.
Oh, quickly, open it up.
Well, it's about time you opened us up, you lunkhead.
It ain't the mummy.
You? What are you doing here?
I don't know, Mr. Adams, but I'm leaving right now.
Eddie, grab him.
I got it, Chief.
Let go, you grave robber.
Hang on to her while I shove this handkerchief into her mouth.
Hey, this one's a wildcat.
Now, let's tie her to that chair.
Okay, take it easy, Blondie. Take it.
Now, that's it.
Hey.
Ah, that's better.
What was she doing in there with the Queen?
Well, we'll find out later. We'll just park her in the back room so that she won't interfere with our work. All right, Miss Travis, you can just sit and relax. Eddie and I have work to do in the other room.
Hey, would she be all right here, Chief?
Why, surely. She can't get loose until we're ready to untie her.
Come on, Chief. Let's get back to the Queen.
Yes, and one more thing, Miss Travis. Don't be expecting your boyfriend. He has another engagement. Mr. Strange. Mr. Strange, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, my head. Oh, it's you, Lanscombe.
Yes, I've been shaking you for several minutes.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I must have fallen asleep. And when I woke up, you were here on the floor.
Yeah. The lights went out all of a sudden. Hey, wait a minute. She's gone.
That's what I wanted to tell you. The Queen is gone. I can't find her anywhere.
Yeah, but Terry was in that sarcophagus.
You mean she went out with the Queen?
They didn't go. Somebody carried them out right through the back door.
Oh, Mr. Strange, I'm afraid the mummy spell is working on you, too.
Oh, now, look, you can just forget about all that hocus-pocus business. 2 guys came in, biffed me on the head, and took the box.
But that's impossible. All the doors are locked.
Well, hasn't anyone else got a key?
Oh, no one except Mr. Adams.
Adams. That's who it was. I remember his voice now.
But why would Mr. Adams take the Queen?
Well, I don't know, but he's got Terry, too, and I'm going to find her.
And the Queen also?
Oh, sure. Now, look, where does this Adams guy live?
Oh, he has a place at the end of Grant Road at the top of the hill.
Well, that's for me. And, by the way, Lanscombe.
Yes?
Did Adams leave that thermos of coffee for you?
Oh, yes, he always does. He's a very nice man.
Yeah, one of the best. Well, while I'm gone, be sure you don't drink any more of that coffee.
Well, do you think I should go with you?
No, you just sit tight here and wait. Maybe a Queen SheShack will be coming home soon. Terry. It's Johnny here at the window. I'm coming in. Okay, baby. I'll be right with you. Wait a minute. Dirty rats. Here, I'll untie your gag. There you are.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, Johnny, you're a welcome sight.
Oh, you poor kid. Now, just hold on a second. I'll take off these ropes.
Yeah.
There. That's better, isn't it?
Oh, much. Oh, Johnny, you're a dog.
Oh, wait a minute, baby. Just save that till later.
Johnny, let's get out of here right away.
Oh, sure we will, Terry, but I'd like to find out what this mummy business is all about.
Oh, be careful.
I'm just going to slide my ear up against the door.
But what if they come in and find us?
They won't. They're much too busy with the queen.
Oh, let's go and call the police.
Quiet. I want to hear.
What are they saying?
They're all excited about something.
Oh, Johnny, please.
Shh, quiet. Adams is going back to the museum to take care of me and Lanskin. He's going to be surprised.
That other one, he's still here.
Well, maybe we can cook up a little surprise for him, too.
Well, what do you mean?
Yeah. Adams went out. I heard the door close.
Oh, we ought to go out, too, while we've got the chance.
No, I want a few words with that Eddie. He's the one who clocked me.
But, Johnny, the door is bolted from the other side.
Listen, don't you remember what the spider said to the fly? Well, we'll make this mug come to us.
But he's got a gun.
And we've got the brains. Plus this chunky piece of firewood. Ought to fit nice on his skull.
All right, what's the program?
You just park that beautiful figure right in that chair again. And, yeah.
Okay, now what?
And I'll slip myself behind this door, like this. Now we're all set. Let go with a healthy scream.
But I don't feel very healthy.
Terry, scream. Go on, give out.
All right, if you say so.
Sure.
Help! Help!
I told the chief we'd have trouble. Hey, what goes on in here?
Help! Help!
I'll have to shut you up.
Here, my friend, right in your nut.
Oh, Johnny, a perfect bullseye.
Yeah, I aimed for his bald spot.
Oh, he looks nice on the floor.
Now, come on, baby. Into the other room and find out what those would-be cats and Jana kids were up to.
Say, look. They took off some of the queen's wrappings.
Yeah, and do you see what was inside?
Johnny, look at them. Those jewels.
Yeah, dozens of them, all uncut beauties.
Well, they were smugglers.
Must have been.
The jewels were inside the queen's wrappings.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, Terry. See, these two were probably part of a ring.
Uh-huh.
That's why the newly arrived mummies moved out of the museum at night.
Wow, what a haul. Gee, these jewels must be worth thousands of dollars.
They are. That's why I'll keep them.
Adams.
Lucky for me that I saw your car parked around the bend. I always like to be at home for guests.
Careful, Johnny.
Now, don't worry, Miss Travis. He hasn't much choice to be otherwise.
All right, so you've got a gun, so what?
I'm afraid I'll have to use it.
Johnny, he means it.
It's all right, baby.
You should have stayed in your own backyard. Hey, what's that?
Never turn your head, Adams.
Hit him a good one, Johnny.
Like this,
Oh, yes, just like that. That makes two away.
2 away and none to go.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll open the door.
I'll cover you with this gun, just in case. Go ahead.
Why, it's
Oh.
Mr. Lanscombe.
Oh, it's you. And there's Mr. Strange.
Come on in, Mr. Lanskin. Join the party.
Oh, it's late, but I was getting so worried. You see, Queen SheShack, she hasn't come back.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Lanscombe. You know how girls are. Johnny, here it is. Just like you wanted.
What were you saying, Terry?
Oh, honestly, if my company is that boring...
Oh, no, sugar. I was just thinking. Go on. What did you say?
Well, I was just remarking that here's that nice, quiet New Year's Eve you wanted. Complete with a gypsy violin.
Oh, sure. The evening didn't start out so quiet, though.
No, but it was fun. You know, we've had some awfully good times together this past year, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We're really a pretty happy combination. Results Incorporated, with a good president and a swell vice president.
That's a beautiful thought.
Terry, you know, in 1945, we're really going to go places. Do big things.
Like what?
Well, like expanding. I can just see our offices all over the country.
Johnny,
Detroit.
you're getting that faraway look in your eyes.
No, I'm serious. And we're going to start out with a new motto. Results Incorporated, results while you wait. It makes it streamlined.
Branch offices.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't by any chance thinking of a new flock of feminine first vice presidents, all streamlined.
Oh, now, Terry, you know me better than that.
That's just the trouble. I know you.
Now, listen, baby. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have you. And that goes for this year or any year.
Johnny, how you throw the blarney and how I love it.
Now, Terry, this is it. 1945.
Oh, a new year, a brand new one.
Well, Terry, what are we waiting for? Let's start this year off right.
Sure, Johnny. Happy New Year.
The mystery comedy series Results Incorporated has starred Lloyd Nolan as Johnny Strange and Claire Trevor as the irrepressible Teresa Travis. Miss Trevor has appeared through the courtesy of RKO Studios and Mr. Nolan through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox. Tonight's script by Saul Stein and Martin Work was based on characters created by Lawrence Edmund Taylor. Music by Russ Crump. We all wish you a happy New Year. Bob O'Connor speaking. This is Mutual.
Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. When it's done, be sure to check out our channel over at Watchwaddle. Enjoy some tunes with a nice cold soda.
Superstition. I am Superstition, a god, a false god who rules by fear. I demand a worship from rich and poor alike, from the weak and from the strong. My victims are many, my slaves are legion. You who scoff and disbelieve, listen to this story.
Speak the truth, slave. Your queen Cleopatra, queen of all Egypt, commands it.
Lash him. Lash him until he speaks truthfully. Then throw him to the chuckling crocodiles in the bulrushes. Release the chains.
I am but a galley slave. I swear I saw Nephthah, the daughter of the priest, with the opal. It was brilliant. It blinded me with colors, red, blue, and orange. That is all.
Lash him. Lash him. Curse the galley slave, you knew the man she gave it to. Lash him! Lash him! I must know the one who holds the opal. Lash him!
No, I swear by arms, the dog of Hades, that is not true.
Give me the lash. Now, tell me the truth. Look upon yonder sphinx and swear.
He has swooned.
Throw him in the pit with the hungry tigers. They're howling for him. Begone, all of you.
Rest, my queen.
Oh, Charmian, I am weary unto death. Prepare my bath.
I obey, my queen.
The runners from Rome bring no word of Mark Antony.
No, my beloved queen.
Can he have failed me? If Julius Caesar were alive, the opal would be mine. If all Rome had to be disemboweled.
You shall have the opal. Here, let me perfume you. Attar of roses. I shall rub you with scented oil. You shall charm Mark Antony, even as you did Caesar.
Is my body soft and rounded, Charmian? Am I attractive?
Even as a Greek goddess.
Look, below the terrace. That murmur.
A runner has arrived from Rome, my queen. A chariot comes behind him. It is
Mark Antony. By all the gods.
Come on, you knave. Whoa. Announce me to your queen. Mark Antony from Rome.
It is he. He comes. My brave Mark Antony. My all.
My beloved queen, I am here.
Mark, hold me in your arms. Kiss me 1,000 times. My love, you have been long.
I fairly flew here, as fast as horses and chariot could go.
My runner told you of the opal, my desire for its possession.
Your desire is a command to me. I have brought the opal.
Light of my life, I shall prepare a feast.
But wait, I have brought the stone, but the owner is with it.
My sweet, my God, my all. Who is the man?
A Roman senator. Nonius is his name. A wealthy fellow. He waits outside.
Charmian. My desire is fulfilled. The opal is outside. Command the senator from Rome to come here.
I go, my queen.
It has been no small task to bring him here. Your charms must do the rest. Shh, he comes.
Advance. Welcome to my palace.
I kneel to the Queen of the Nile and all Egypt.
Rise. The Nile and all Egypt is for the pleasure of the senator from Rome.
Mark Antony have told me not. Why did you request my presence here?
Regarding the opal, the stone of 1,000,000 fires that you received from Neptha.
Yes?
Other rulers boast of such a stone, the miracle stone. I must have it.
Nay, I would not part with it.
Come, Nonius, each man his price. Name yours.
The wealth of a whole province shall be yours for the bauble.
I'm superstitious. I fear to part with it. The ancients claim it has miraculous powers.
Give it to me, and I shall erect a chapel to you. Here, beside the pyramids, built of rose marble. Your name sculptured deep on it, in letters of gold and inlaid pearl.
Nay, keep the chapel. I keep the opal.
Give it to her, and I will bring great power to you in the forum at Rome.
Nay, I reject your bribe. The opal stays with me.
I shall invoke the gods to curse the stone.
Idle talk. You have no such power.
I shall bring a drought upon your province. Your loved ones will be groveling on the pavements in death's agony if you do not give me the opal.
Oh, you're monstrous. Go on. Wreak your boasted powers. Poison your slaves. Force your men to fight with tigers. Kill off your discarded lovers. But all in vain. The opal stone remains with me.
Enough. I shall ruin you at Rome.
One word more. Retain that opal and great unhappiness will pursue. The longer you hold it, the greater tragedies will stalk you. Its brilliance will attract all and prove their downfall. That is all. Begone!
Superstition! Superstition! I go.
Wait! You go, never to return to Rome. Ere you reach your province, a fleet runner from here will have reached Rome. You will be ordered banished. I now proclaim it. You are exiled forever from friends, from loved ones, from your native land.
The opal is accursed.
Time marches on. Down through the ages comes the opal, spreading destruction in its wake. Down through the years, till 1933.
This is an auction sale, folks, for the effects of the late unfortunate world traveler, Dr. Hastings. They are offered for sale. Let me see. What shall I offer you first for your spirited bidding? Oh, yes, this famous Opal, the stone of fire. What am I bid, folks?
Go on. Bid on it, Louise. That's what you came for.
What am I bid?
I'm afraid maybe Henry would object.
How much am I bid? Who'll start it? How much am I bid? How much am I bid?
My blood fairly tingles to have it. Look at it shine. Oh, I must have it. It must be mine.
Then bid for it.
Remember, folks, this is the stone that Queen Cleopatra coveted but never obtained. Who will be the lucky one to get it?
I bid $10,000.
How ridiculous. A mere $10,000 for this priceless jewel. Who'll make it $20,000? Folks, do I hear $20,000?
Well, here goes. $20,000.
That's more like it. Who'll make it $30,000? Do I hear $30,000?
$30,000.
$30,000. Am I offered $40,000?
Oh, it must be mine. $40,000.
Sold to the little lady over there. $40,000 for the Cleopatra Opal.
Time marches on. Louise bought the opal against the wishes of her husband. His fortune swept away. He appeals to her for financial help.
But, Louise, the $40,000 you spent for the opal, please sell it, and I can recoup my fortunes.
I can't sell it. I won't sell it. It belongs to me, and I want it. It fascinates me. Oh, it's my life, Henry.
It must be sold. I need the money. We both need it. If you hold on to it, in 6 months we'll be starving. Sell it, Louise.
I won't.
I'll kill myself if you don't, rather than face my creditors. Do you hear me? I'll kill myself.
Oh, do it if you're so childish. The opal stays with me. To part with it would mean bad luck.
You have chosen between superstition and me. Goodbye. Time marches on. Louise still holds the opal. Ill health has dogged her. As a relief from mental strain, she finds solace in drink. Strong drink.
Now, Louise, I'm sorry to see you going from bad to worse. You're drinking too much.
Don't make me laugh. I'm all right.
Yes, all right if you sell the opal. I felt the day you bought it, your luck had changed.
Superstition. The opal has nothing to do with it. Let's have another drink.
Oh, sell it, Louise. See if your luck doesn't turn.
Oh, I couldn't think of selling it. The ancients claimed it has miraculous powers.
Rubbish. Superstition. Sell the opal. Get on your feet. Take your place amongst your friends again.
Give up my darling opal? Never. Give up my friends? Yes. Have a little drink.
Time marches on. Lower and lower, she sank into the depths of despair and iniquity. She clung to the bright, shining opal. Misfortune clung to her. Was it the opal or the disintegration of Louise herself? She has been arrested. Her crime, the saddest and oldest profession in the world.
Judge, please give me another chance. The police framed me. I'm a respectable woman.
You have a very bad record. By the way, aren't you the famous Louise Madison, the possessor of the Cleopatra opal?
What about my opal? It's mine. They want me to sell it.
And to think that you were rich, powerful friends, respected. What has wrought this change?
Fate. Ask the gods or the ancients. Don't blame it on the opal.
Sell the opal. Get on your feet, or I'll send you to prison as a vagrant.
I will not sell my opal.
The sentence of the court is 6 months on Welfare Island.
Prison. Disgrace. But I still have my opal.
Time marches on. Louise went to prison, served her time, came out, disgraced and forgotten. Down, down, down into the gutter she landed. When old friends found her, she was dead. In her hand, clutched close to her heart, they found the Opal. I am Superstition. You don't believe, do you?
Watchwaddle Radio Repairman. Thanks for watching the Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. This is Waddle the Duck saying check out Channel Watchwaddle for some fun cartoons with no static.